THED Talks with Jimmy Chrisman. THED Talks is a podcast for theater teachers and theater education students. I'm a theater education professor at Illinois State University with 17 years experience teaching high school theater. And my desire with creating this podcast was to bring you stories and interviews from experienced teachers, K through 12, practicing in the field, as well as current theater education majors and professors of theater education, so that we can have a time to hear stories that will inspire us, kind of renew our faith in teaching, and to give us ideas and thoughts on how to be better teachers. Hopefully these stories will warm your heart, they're going to renew your faith in teaching, and provide resources to better your practice in your classroom. So a couple of years ago, the cooperating teacher for my student teaching experience in my undergrad program announced that she was retiring, and it really was kind of a moment for me of realization that many of the people who I looked up to, many of the people who I admired and I considered my mentors, were no longer going to be in the profession, and I wanted to find a way to capture their stories and capture their experiences so that those of us still practicing in the field or those of us training practitioners for the field can find a way to gather those years of wisdom, gather those experiences, and have heartwarming moments or stories to refresh us and renew us for longevity in our careers, but also to provide resources for us. So what I wanted to do was not only capture those stories, but I wanted to also capture stories of young teachers, teachers who have been in the air for 5 to 10 years, teachers, or stories of those up-and-coming teachers who are still in training, and talk about their experiences. So really what I wanted THED Talks to be was just kind of a home for theater educators and a place for us to share our stories, share our experiences, and again, share resources. So I hope you find this podcast helpful. And if you would like to be a guest, please reach out to me and contact me. I'd love to have you on the show. In addition to that, if you have resources or anything that you find important that you'd like for me to share, please do so. You can reach me on email by emailing at thedtalkspodcast@gmail.com. That's THEDTALKS podcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at TheaterEdTalks, Tumblr, thedtalks.tumblr.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram under THED Talks, and our website is thedtalks.com. So please, please, please reach out to us. Follow us on all those sites. Thank you so much for checking out our trailer, and I look forward to bringing you lots of fun shows. Some upcoming guests that I have coming on the show are some of my current students in the theater education program at Illinois State University. Several of my good friends who teach across the country, varying levels from kindergarten all the way up through high school. I also plan to definitely have on my mentor teacher that I was talking about from my student teaching who retired recently, as well as my mentor from my undergraduate program. Some very special guests that we also have in the works for you are a couple of the Tony Award Excellence in Theater Education Award winners from the past couple of years, so you definitely want to check that out. So thank you so much for listening. We will have show notes and transcripts on the website, thedtalks.com. So please be looking for our upcoming episodes that will be coming out in the very near future. You can find them on all of your favorite podcast places, on Apple Podcasts, on iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, AnyPod, and TuneIn. Again, you can email me at thedtalkspodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at TheaterEdTalks, Tumblr, thedtalks.tumblr.com, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us at THED Talks, and of course our website, thedtalks.com. So when we finally have these episodes, please go on, subscribe, rate the show, review it, and most importantly, share the information about the podcast with any fellow theater teachers or friends of yours that are into theater arts, either as students, as teachers, or teachers of teachers, to help spread the word about the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to make sure I gave credit to my former student, Joel Hamlin, and his friend Joshua Schusterman for the use of the recording Magnetize for the show music. So thank you guys, and look forward to hearing hearing from you and also sharing lots of stories with you in the upcoming podcasts.